All right, so you're trying to figure out where to point your coding skills for the next year. You're in exactly the right place. We're about to break down the top 5 most in-demand programming languages for 2025. Let's just dive right in.
Look, the tech world is moving at lightning speed, right? AI, cloud computing, automation, it feels like everything's changing the rules of the game. But through all that chaos, one thing stays true. If you know the right languages, you've got job security, you've got options.
So the goal here is super simple. I want to give you a clear, no-nonsense guide on where to invest your time. Doesn't matter if you're writing your first Hello World or you're a seasoned pro just trying to stay sharp. Okay, let's do this. We're going to count it down from number 5 all the way to the number 1 language you absolutely need to have on your radar for 2025. Let's get to it. Kicking off our list at number 5, we've got a language that's all about modern efficiency. And that language is Go, or as you'll often hear it, Golang. It was created by Google, and they had a very specific goal in mind: make something simple, really powerful, and built from the ground up for today's distributed systems. You can see right here why Go is such a big deal. It's fast, it's lightweight, and it's fantastic at concurrency, which is just a fancy way of saying it's great at juggling a bunch of tasks at once. That makes it an absolute star in cloud computing, microservices. Think of those as digital Lego blocks for building huge apps, and DevOps. And for 2025, its role is just getting bigger, especially with powerhouse tools like Kubernetes and Docker basically running on it. All right, coming in at number 4, we have an industry veteran that is all about raw, unfiltered power. Yup, it's C++. If you need pure, unadulterated speed and performance, C++ has been the king for decades. It's the language you use when you need to get as close to the metal as possible, giving you direct control over hardware and memory. So the key word here is performance. C++ is the engine running under the hood of some of the most demanding things out there. Think AAA video games, complex robotics, entire operating systems, and even the heavy-duty infrastructure that powers modern AI. Now, let's be real. It's got a steep learning curve. It's not for the faint of heart, but it is absolutely essential in any field where every single millisecond is critical. Let's move on to our number 3 spot. If there was ever a language that defined reliable workhorse, this is it. And that would be Java. For decades, Java has been the absolute backbone of huge enterprise-level applications. We're talking about the systems used by banks, massive corporations, and financial institutions all around the globe. You've probably heard the old Java motto, write once, run anywhere. That's all thanks to its Java Virtual Machine, the JVM. This incredible reliability and ability to scale up makes it the undisputed choice for complex business systems and, of course, the main language for building native Android apps. In 2025, its grip on those huge sectors is as strong as ever. Now, one thing to know about Java, especially compared to the next 2 languages we're going to talk about, is that it's very structured. It's strongly typed, which means you have to be really explicit and tell the code exactly what you're doing. It can feel a little wordy sometimes, sure, but that rigid structure is precisely what gives it the rock-solid reliability that big companies count on. And that brings us to the runner-up. The number 2 programming language you should be looking at for 2025 is JavaScript. Seriously, if you've ever clicked a button, watched a video, or done basically anything on a website, you've used JavaScript. It's the language that makes the modern web interactive and, well, alive. JavaScript's versatility is its true superpower. I mean, it's not just for making web pages look cool anymore. With frameworks like React and Vue, it builds incredibly complex front ends. With Node.js, it powers the server side, the back end, and you can even build mobile apps with it. The demand for web developers is just massive, and now, with AI getting integrated into web apps, JavaScript is more important than ever. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the number 1, top of the list, most important programming language to learn in 2025 is Python. It's no surprise, right? For years, Python has been steadily climbing, and now it has completely cemented its top spot. And why? Because it has this unbeatable mix of being ridiculously easy to learn, but also incredibly powerful. Python's killer feature is its readability. It almost reads like plain English, which makes it super welcoming for beginners. But don't let that fool you. Underneath that simplicity is a beast. It has a massive ecosystem of libraries. Think TensorFlow, PyTorch, that make it the undisputed king of data science, machine learning, and AI. From tweaking large language models to managing the entire machine learning pipeline, a field we call MLOps, Python is right at the heart of the biggest tech revolution happening right now. Okay, so that's our top 5. It's a solid list, but there are a few other technologies out there that are just too important to ignore. So let's do a quick rapid-fire round of honorable mentions. First up, Rust. It gives you that C++ level of performance, but with modern safety features that prevent common bugs. Its popularity is absolutely exploding. Then you got TypeScript. The simplest way to think about it is JavaScript with safety rails. It's a fantastic choice for building big, complex web apps. And finally, SQL. It's not a programming language in the same way, but it's the language of databases. If you work with data, you have to know SQL, period. So with all these choices, how in the world do you pick the right one for you? Well, it really just comes down to one thing. What are your goals? Let's use this little chart to find your path. If you're a total beginner and you want a language that can do a little bit of everything, start with Python. If you know for a fact you want to build websites and web apps, go with JavaScript or TypeScript. If you see yourself working on huge corporate systems or building Android apps, Java is your ticket. Chasing that raw performance for games or robotics, that's C++ or the newcomer Rust. And if you want to build the infrastructure of the cloud, focus on Go. Before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final, and I think crucial piece of advice for your whole learning journey. It's so easy to get overwhelmed and feel like you have to learn every new shiny thing that comes out. But trust me, the key to success isn't knowing a little bit about 10 different languages. It's about mastering one. Go deep. Become a real expert. Once you have that solid foundation, picking up a second or a third language becomes so much easier. So there you have it. That's our breakdown of the top languages for the year ahead. Now I want to turn the question back to you. What's your focus? Which language are you going to tackle in 2025? Thanks for tuning in.